What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Millionaire Maneli speaking. Millionaire Maneli in the flesh. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please do like, subscribe, and share my videos. So, guys, as you know, that I'm strictly an indice trader. I only trade SPF, Nasdaq, as well as US 30. This is my midweek analysis. I hope this comes in handy for you guys next week. So I'll be breaking it down the market from week one up until H1, M15. You know how I do it from the top to the bottom. So yeah, so please stay tuned. So I'll kick things off with SPF 500. It's been a while since I actually traded SPF 500, but I spotted something quite amazing earlier during the week. So yeah, let's kick things off. You know how I do my analysis. I start from the top to the bottom. So I'll kick things off on week one. So in week one, I just want to identify a couple of zones that um, I think they are vital as we speak. So firstly, I'll make use of my rectangles. As you know, I'll make use of my rectangle. So this one, as I'm placing this one, it automatically acts as a resistance. Automatically acts as a resistance. And then I'll also make use of my horizontal line. I just want to make use, identify the zone here. So as you can see, let me just zoom in. Let me just zoom in. Let me just zoom in. So as you guys can see, what we have, or what the current situation that we have on SPF 500 on the week one time frame, is that we are having a double top. We are having a double top. And remember, guys, when I draw when I make use of my rectangles, I like putting my rectangles on the bodies, not on the spikes. The spikes, they represent bodies on smaller time frames, but on higher time frames, they don't represent anything. So yeah, they're quite vital as for entry points and rejection zones. The spikes on smaller time frames, but on big time frames, I just make use of my rectangles and place them on the actual bodies. So as you guys can see, this actually happened last week, and then this week, this is the current situation that we had. We had a retest of our resistance there. As you can see, we had a rejection level, we had a rejection zone up just there. I'll break it down to you as what happened when I go down to smaller time frames. So let's go to day one. Let's see what any opportunities. Can you spot something? Can you spot something on HR on day one? I'm gonna zoom out a bit. Chart. Yeah. So guys, as you can see, the rectangle acts as my resistant level. As you can see, it's quite valid also on the day one time frame. It's also valid on the day one time frame. And then we can go down to H4. But we'll be taking short opportunities on the market as we speak. Since it's a Thursday, we'll be taking short buys, short sells. We'll be basically scalping the market rather than swinging the market. Swinging. Uh, but I wanna go to US 30. I think it's quite interesting when I go to US 30 as well as Nasdaq. But let's start off with Nasdaq. I wanna kick things off on the week one time frame. I wanna kick things off on the week one time frame. Also, I wanna make use of my horizontal line. I wanna make use of my horizontal line. I wanna place it there, and I wanna place another one here. I wanna place another one here. So the current situation that we have on Nasdaq is that we've been on this impulsive move. We've been on an uptrend ever since. I just want to show you guys. So we've been on this long uptrend from the 3rd of March, from the 23rd of March. We've been on an uptrend. We've been on an uptrend. So we're about to be in a corrective phase. Remember, a correction it goes counter trend, meaning if we're on an uptrend and then we're in a correction phase, it means we're going to be on a slight downtrend or the opposite side. So what's happening now? You might call this a short correction, and then we might have an impulse giving us a record high of about 14,000. We'll never know. We'll see what the market gives us as time goes by. But as I've identified these zones, we had a double bottom here. We had a double bottom, and then we had a neckline. We had a breakout. we had a retest, we had a an impulse, and then right now, as I've identified this horizontal line, it will act as my support on this small double bottom, because right now I'm anticipating a small double bottom on the week one time frame. I'm anticipating the market to come back to this zone here of about 12,650 and then continue on its uptrend to 13,000 or even 14,000. Who knows? And then we go down to the small to the day one time frame. Day one time frame. I just want to show you guys something quick. So here I was quick to spot an inverse heads and shoulders. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I was able to spot it in about a minute or so. So let's just make use of my rectangle to identify that. So this is my head. This is my head. This is my head. And then this is my left shoulder. This is my left shoulder. This is my right shoulder. And this is my right shoulder. But then I think it's best if I just delete these small rectangles and just make use of the heads and shoulders tool provided by TradingView. Uh, Here, left shoulder. This is our head. This is our right shoulder. And then we need to continue on the uptrend. So as you can see, guys, we have an inverse heads and shoulders. Remember, guys, an inverse heads and shoulders, it indicates a strong buy. From here, we'll be looking at buy opportunities. Whatever opportunity that we have of a buy, we are fingers crossed that it becomes a long-term buy, hoping that we can swing it up until it reaches 13,000, up until 14,000. Who knows? But remember, guys, an inverse heads and shoulders always indicates a strong buy, and the opposite of an inverse is a heads and shoulders that we originally know, that indicates a sell. So that's the current situation right now. Can I just remove this inverse heads and shoulders so that I can break down the market? Simple. This. Yep. So as you can see, guys, we have our left shoulder as well as our right shoulder. Remember, guys, um, there's certain instances where you don't get a textbook inverse heads and shoulders, meaning you don't have your shoulders are not of equal distance. Sometimes you might get the right shoulder is slightly higher, the left shoulder is slightly lower, But then here we are getting a textbook inverse heads and shoulders. And right now on the what's happening on Nasdaq right now, we might so on the right shoulder, it came back down to retest this support. Then it went back up. It went up. It shot back down. So now it might give us a double bottom on the day one time frame, double bottom, and then we might have a continuation on the uptrend. I'll just make use of my curve. Okay, draw my curve. So I think for today we might look at buys. Might look for buys. Hopefully, if the market, if today's candle closes somewhere above here, somewhere there, we might continue looking for buys up until 13,000 or to 14,000, and then we might go to H4. Might go to H4. And you see, guys, that my rectangle that acts as support is still valid even on the H4 time frame. Even on the H4 time frame, it's still valid, guys. Then we can go to H1. What can we see on H1? Can we see on H1? Okay, as you can see, guys, we had a impulse, then we had this corrective phase, then it dropped, it changed, it dropped, it changed, it lost its momentum going upwards. So it lost its momentum and then it fell down. It shot down, and then we can go down to M30. M30, same thing. It's still moving slow. It's the Asian session, so it's quite slow. M15, same thing, quite